I'm gonna check how my audio is. I'm gonna test my audio here. I'm just gonna do that. Watch one of my older videos. I'll be back. All right.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you staff points can be used across when you have enough to see what some talent trees make you select a
5+ rushing touchdowns. Crazy. I don't run the ball much. Hmm. So I try to go with something that has like, for example, there may be goals that are unrealistic that don't give you any points if you come close. So right here, forcing 3 turnovers. I like this because I believe if we get like maybe one or two, that probably gives us 4 points. That's, I mean, we don't I mean, I would like it if there was something for like get 2 or 3 interceptions, and if you only got one, have four. But the fact that this right here forced 3+ turnovers, this basically, I guess 1.5. How would you even have 1.5 turnovers? That's not possible, you know. So I'm guessing that's basically for getting 2 turnovers. So I like that. I like I like those odds. Like I know getting one interception is a gimme. That's a gimme. So Some of these are unrealistic. I'm not getting 200 plus rushing yards. I don't run the ball. 350 plus. Okay, 350 plus team passing yards. If it was 350 plus like total offense, this isn't even that hard. But there's some games where you're not really trying to, goals go out the window and you're just trying to win the game. So I'm gonna go with the three turnovers on defense. I think that's probably the safest. I mean, obviously, two plus touchdowns on offense, throwing touchdown. I mean, I want to have the possibility of getting those 8 points. That's why I'm not going with this right here. Like this, these are easy right here, but they're only giving you so many points right here. Allow two or less pass touchdowns. Hmm. You never know, because if you're like, just winning big, they're going to try to come back and, you're going to possibly give up second touchdown late in the game. So I'm confident to only give up less than two passing touchdowns. You got to know it's two or it's basically two. So you never know. So I have the ability to get 8 points. I could get a fumble, two interceptions. I could get a fumble by sacking the quarterback. I could get a fumble, whatever. I can get a pick, two fumbles, two picks and a fumble, three picks. I mean, I got four picks in the last game alone. So we'll keep that. So that's weekly game plan. Something here. Okay, that's great. So we could, if everything goes well, we could have 8 points, 11. Hmm. Okay, so you get 4 points if you get 200 yards. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's that's pretty safe. So 400 plus offensive yards. Okay. So let's say we get half of that. That's four. We get this. That's three, seven. We get that. That's eight. So that's 15 points. Five plus offensive touchdowns. You may think that's realistic, but like I said, you could get. It's all about keeping drives alive and not settling for field goals, getting touchdowns from the run game, pass game. Win by 17. 450 plus. Yeah, go with that. All right. 450 plus, we come basically half of that is would be 275. So, right, 275, I think. Yeah. So, what? No, no, that would, what am I thinking? That would be 350. What the hell? So then what the hell is 275? So 200 and 200 is 400. 75 and 75 is 150. So that's what that would be 550. So oh yeah, 225. What am I thinking? 220. I don't know why I was doing math that way. So 225, basically, easy. Fucking get that in the first half. Yeah, yeah. As long as we average like 225 yards in both halves, we're good. And the tough thing about it is maybe the game doesn't go our way and it's a close game and we're not winning by much and we have to like play more time possession. That could be an issue. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Well, once again, I already traded him, so against the week. Vikings. I kind of want to be done with the preseason because I don't want to like do one or two games in the preseason. Like Um, from I don't know. I feel like nobody should really be doing a live stream or franchise mode and actually show preseason. So I'm just gonna advance them to the regular season. Whatever happens, happens. Hopefully my team's okay. Hopefully there's no crazy injuries. I wouldn't be surprised if my quarterbacks, wide receivers, somebody got injured. Wow, only 15 minutes in. That's crazy. All right, Drew Phillips, my guy. One skill point. Well, since he's gonna be my, like I said, I play more of zone defense, so I'm gonna look at the ratings because if he has good zone, okay, so it's 81, 81, 81 man, 81 zone. Because the man, let me think, because the zone is good enough. This is what I also think about it. I'm a zone defensive player. Most players should probably do that, probably do. So the way I look at it is, I wouldn't just you want to like look. Let's say I didn't look at his attributes at all, and he had like 74 man coverage and I had 81 zone, and I would have put more zone out there. No, I'd be fine with 81 zone. I'd be fine basically with all his other ratings. I picked him because he's 6'1", 6'2", has 95 jumping, good speed, acceleration, agility, decent press with that 81 man, 81 zone. So if he had all these attributes but had like a 74 man, I'm giving more man. But because it's even, I could go either way. Um, but it's like, what would you rather be? I mean, it's depends on your scheme. I'm more of a defensive, and he's not a slot guy. So let's say, what is he? He's going to be a starting corner for me. Um, I'm not sure if I'm not. I don't remember if he's already my starter outside or if he's my fourth guy. I can't. I don't remember. Let me look at the rest of my team here. I don't remember if he's my one developmental guy or if he was already my starter. I get him and the other guy mixed up because they're both on the Giants. I'm sure he's the one that's my starter at corner. And if that's the case, like regardless, okay. Okay, Deontay Banks, right? Okay, Drew Phillips is 5'11", but he still has 95 jumping. So let me think about this. It's not like I'm gonna play. I mean, maybe I could play 2, 3 years. I don't know in franchise, but I keep acting like I'm gonna do that. I probably not. Who knows? Most likely not. So if we're talking about long term, yeah, I would like to basically have Phillips be my slot guy, and then I could have Greg Newsome and yeah, have Greg Newsome. Ultimately, it was going to be Phillips and Banks outside, but then I made a trade to where I got Greg Newsome. So now that I have Greg Newsome, I only need to develop Banks to be outside, and Phillips could be my slot guy. And then Jackson, when he gets older, could be my number four if we're talking long term. And then Farley would be developed into. I basically was thinking Banks and Farley would be developed to be outside, but I got Newsome there. So if it would only matter, obviously his contract would be up the next year. So if I got these guys up, like I'm sure I would get Banks up there. He would be better than Newsome currently is, and then I could trade Newsome, get a haul back or whatever, um, and save money from not having to, you know, pay him because Drew Phillips is a rookie, right? So he could, like I said, these guys are all versatile. They could start outside. They could start inside, start outside. Farley could play inside, play outside. Banks could play inside, outside. Jackson inside, outside. Phillips inside, outside. Newsome inside, outside. Everybody. So I always have that versatility. So let's say I was playing the long game. I'm training Greg Newsome. I would have Phillips maybe be number two, or I would get Banks number one. Two could be Phillips, or two would be Jackson. Phillips would be three. Farley would be four, and then so it would be Jackson one, either Banks one, Jackson one. So these two would be my number one, and then the other one would be two, and then Phillips would be three, Farley four, and then when Jackson leaves, I would have Deontay Banks number one, and then I would have Farley two and Phillips three, and then and then I would obviously have a draft or something when I would get the new number four or number five corner. Okay. Yeah, so long term wise, Drew Phillips would be my slot guy, being 5'11", but he has the versatility. Like I said, he's not too short. He's 5'11", so but regardless, he's going to be because here's the thing, depending on which one you pick, like some of them will give you more awareness, some of them will give you more man, more tackling. I believe if you put slot or zone, you're probably obviously getting more play recognition, more. If you put slot, you're probably getting a combination of man, play recognition, tackling, block shedding, something like that. Because when you're in the slot, you have to be more stout with blitzing, with tackling, all that. So to be honest, because let's just go with slot instead of zone. Zone, you know what? Zone will give us tackling too, hopefully. Tackling, come on. Oh, man, okay. Zone slot would have definitely given us tackling, hit power, block, shed. So, who the hell is this guy? I was gonna say he's big. Yeah, that was my guy. I just got. I was like, I made a trade, and I was like, instead of a draft pick, I was like, give me one of your lower overall players I could develop. You know, I really like this. If we're playing the long game, he could be our protector. Now, I would once again, you look at ratings. You say like, okay, what is he good at? Like, what's he okay at right now? Regardless of how bad it is, what's better? And what would you rather? Basically, what would you rather upgrade him? So he's more of a run blocker. He is a right guard. So basically, because of the bad pass blocking, we want to get the pass blocking up because let's say let's say we didn't touch his run blocking at all, like almost ever. If we keep just getting the pass blocking up, his 77 run block power and run block finesse is decent with that lead block and impact block. Along with that strength, his awareness isn't too far off for right now, to where in 2 3 years we get all the pass blocking up to like 80s, and then we could get the pass block in the 80s and the run blocking up to close to 80s. So he's going to have more strength, more awareness, more run blocking, and more pass blocking, and probably even get better lead blocking impact. So I'm going to put the pass blocking right now. It just makes more sense because he's basically not that bad with run blocking right now. All right. Like I take him right now as a starter. If he had like mid to high 70s with pass blocking, I take him right now as a starter because he would have the versatility with his run blocking, impact, lead blocking, the strength, all of that. Here's my starter. I don't really care for scrambler. He's enough of a scrambler. Field general, I don't really need that either. Um, I really focus on throwing pressure, but I'm pretty sure that's good enough, so I probably will go with field general. Let me just look here. Because you would say, wait a minute, it says it's 66 for like that. Why would you not? It's in the 60s. Yeah, but look, 79 throw under pressure is, let me tell you, I play with quarterbacks who have 70 under throw under pressure, so that's fine for me. And then when it comes to the medium, short, deep accuracy here, that's great. That's for me. That you give me all this, he's elite for me. He's elite. So basically, to be honest, I don't even really need to upgrade him anymore. I'm used to playing with the worst quarterback in the NFL, and I make him look like he's elite. So, or at least a really good starter, you know, at worst. So don't care for that. What was the throwing power? I'm sure it's up in the high 80s. Throwing power, yep, 90. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this because throwing on the run matters to me in Madden, and throwing the pressure matters, and deep accuracy is fine too. All right, thank God the preseason's over. All right, what we got here? Garrett Wilson, the athletic trainer told me to ask you about what you want me to work on during the camp. Should we focus more on injury prevention or improving my stamina so I don't wear down over the season? Well, don't both kind of, yeah, go hand in hand. Damn, I wish I could back out and see what his injury rating is. I'm sure it's, well, he did have injury in college. Focus on injury prevention. Focus on conditioning and stamina. Well, I feel like you can focus on the conditioning and stamina through our weekly training. So maybe I focus more on injury prevention because I don't think we can work on injury prevention through the season. So if we could do one of those, I'm probably doing that. Okay. Player will focus on injury prevention. Like I said, you probably can't focus on injury prevention through your weekly training sessions. But you can probably focus on what was the other one? Stamina through your weekly training. You can improve that. I don't think you can improve injury. You probably have to pay for that. I'm not sure. I'm not somebody who plays franchise. So was this for a quarterback or I mean, what's this for? Oh, okay, coach. Coach, going into the season, what area of the team, blah, blah, blah. What area of the team is this? Oh, what's the strongest? That's a tough one. I'll say offense. So if the offense is strong, what part of the defense worries you the most? What part of the defense? That's tough. Can you be more specific? Yeah. Interior line, linebackers, tackling in the secondary. You always probably go with tackling in the secondary. Oh shit. Left analog stick, like I said. Fuck. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We give up less than 1,300. Do 200 tackles. Whatever. I wanted to go with corners. I mean, DBs or whatever. It's always going to be your DBs that need help tackling. It's always going to be that. Come on. Damn it. I hate that because now the linebackers think we're shitting on them. Like, no, you're good. You're good. I mean, some of them. Weekly strategy. All right, so what we're facing the Patriots again? Wait a minute. Who did we face before? Oh, I saw Drake May, so I thought it was the Patriots, the Packers. Okay, that does not surprise me one bit. These franchises, these teams in franchise mode, they truly draft guys that these teams would like draft in real life. Like the Packers would have probably went with Drake May if they didn't have um, what's his name? Love. The hell's his first name? Shit. Jordan Love. I was gonna say Julian Love. Jesus. Okay. See, whenever I played franchise mode, I always hated this because it's like it never made sense to me. Because sometimes they would say, well, they're great at short passing, but they would tell you, oh, defend deep pass. Or they would tell you they're great at deep pass, defend the short pass. Like it never made sense to me. Like they recommend you to like right now it's the first week of the season, so but you always go with what you believe. Like if you were to do this in an online franchise, you would just go based on what you think your opponents would do, and it would be probably short pass or running the ball online. And in Madden, it's so if we're focused, this is for our defensive game plan. Okay, so who do they got? That's their best. Thanks, Bigsby. Really? Okay. Yeah. Hmm. So they got Tank Bigsby, CD Lamb. Let me look at their team. I like to do that. Let me look at the Packers. Let me actually look at the Packers here. All right. You look at that. I got Malik Willis. Wow. Okay. I'm definitely not focusing on the run. Okay. So this is tough because they have CD Lamb. They have a 6'4" Cortland Sutton. All these guys can separate. All these four guys can separate. Okay. Um, so that tells me it's like if you play short, that makes it that makes it tough because you don't know, especially if they run the ball and they go play action. So John Smith, Brian, to their offensive line here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna focus on short pass. I'm gonna do what they said. I'm gonna focus on short pass. But let's see what else was there. So there's defending short pass. See what I mean? Like it's beginning of season, but they're telling you to defend short pass. And the reason for that is because, to be honest, most pass concepts in Madden are short. Because you see what happens here. You say if they tell you the pros and weaknesses to this. The QB contain, you are weaker. I mean, I QB contain anyway, so I'm going short pass. I QB contain every single quarterback I ever faced. Philip Rivers, Drew, Philip Rivers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner, the slowest quarterbacks ever that you could think of. We'll go. Let's see here. We'll do half pads for a few games, and then later we'll go full. Now choose offense. See, they tell you to throw it medium. So regardless if this is week one, you just look at their stats here. Um, so they're telling you to basically attack them in the middle, medium. not middle, but medium. So this is telling you that they're worse at defending. Okay, so that makes sense. But there were times where they would tell you, oh, this is what they were best at, and they would tell you to attack them where they were best at. Like, it would never make sense to me. This actually makes sense. Because it's like, right here, somehow they're 15th against medium pass attempts, right? But they're also telling you that they're number six. So they're telling you that they're the sixth best team when it comes to giving up quarterback rating. How is a 102.5 making them sixth best? That makes no sense to me. Like that must mean the whole NFL is terrible. Um, that must mean that they're either getting sacked or whatever. Um, because obviously there's no pass attempts when you get sacked. So medium is two, so 12 touchdowns given up. That's obviously throughout a whole season, or maybe this is based off preseason. You see what I mean? They're telling you to go throw it medium, even though medium passer rating. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. How is a 102.5 make them the sixth best team going up against teams that throw it like that throw medium passes? You see what I mean? That makes no sense to me. They're telling you attack it because they're the 15th like best at medium attempts, but then they tell you they're the team that it makes no sense to me. Like 102.5 should be terrible. Giving up a 102.5 rating when being attacked with medium pass attempts, that should be terrible. It should be like the sixth worst, not the sixth best. And giving up 12 touchdowns, that should be lower, bottom of the league. Instead, it's number two. You know what I mean? Like that makes no damn sense. No sense at all. I mean, I usually always go with blitz counter because it gives you kind of like I think it gives you the best plays, and then obviously you just go by formation. I believe if you want your plays or whatever. But we'll do what they say. We'll humor them. Have pads for a few games here. All right. I wish their free practice actually had mini games or something. Like you could actually control the mini games, like take part in the mini games. That'd be great. Promise your linebackers. See, this is what I hate. Like when so they ask you, oh, which part of your team do you think you need to improve on, right? How is that somehow a goal? That how are you making a promise when okay you're asked as a coach, hey coach, what part of the team do you think needs more improvement on? And then whatever you say, oh, we're gonna try to get our linebackers to get 200 tackles. All of our linebackers get 200 tackles. How is that a promise? Why should it be a promise if you're looking for improvement? You were just asked which part of the team needs improvement. You weren't asked about making promises. That's what I'm saying. How does, that's another thing, like, makes no sense to me. Mhm. Kendall Fuller and Jesse Bates could use some problems, could cause us some problems. Okay, good to know. Yeah, yeah.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but
What?
also higher risk.
Okay, I was gonna say, get the hell out of here. Okay, so we know we're gonna win the Super Bowl, but I mean, look at this. Okay, so chance of firing. We don't win the Super Bowl. Chance of firing. Okay, I'm confident in making the playoffs because we could play one bad game in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? You never know. We could have a bad game. You never know. And now, shouldn't we have? Seriously, I gotta hire and assign scouts. That's the part I hate. Okay. All right. So 450 plus 400. Wow. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Who the hell is allowing 10 points or less? Get the hell out of here. You're mad. You're a madman. 10 points or less. I don't understand that. I'll go with 24. Fuck it. Now you never know. You could be in a shootout. You could win big, and they might get 20 points from playing from behind. So that's why I always say 24. You never know. I could shut them down to 3 points or 10 points, but you know what I mean. Probably most likely will shut them down to at least 14 or 17 points. But our defensive coordinator, yeah, offensive coordinator, yeah, head coach. Yeah, no sex allowed. That ain't happening. No, that's not happening either. Fuck out of here. All right. We only have 9 points. So, ooh, man's team. Wait, no, I don't want to do any of that. So we don't, yeah, I forgot we don't do ticket sales yet or whatever. Hopefully that wasn't like in the preseason. I feel like in real life, we'd probably do something for the first game of the season, but I don't think we would do anything special with our uniforms. We wouldn't do. In real life, we might go with that. I mean, we are home, so wait, what? Custom home is the same, obviously. Okay, or maybe it could be. Let's try something. It could be to celebrate our team's history or something here. Imagine that. Eh, that's ugly. Sure. Hmm. All right. So it was 45 minutes in when we finally got to play.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest
Damn, dude, he looks
franchises.
real. They both
The
do.
Packers and the Eagles. All that and more.
All
Coming
that
up.
acne. That's the acne bowl.
EA
Oh
Sports
shit! Right, they're
Broadcasting
using.
proudly brings us to the
I forgot.
Southern Hemisphere and the historic city of
They're using
Chicago.
the schedule from last year. I should have thought about that.
With this, I'm Brandon Gaudin in
But
charge of
good thing I
covering this
did
Eagles team
use
as a
these
neutral
unis.
right here. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and
Can't hear
unique
nothing at all
unfold,
because I
it's
lowered
something unique here in this one as
the
well.
volume and gain.
Nothing's ever really the same, are they, Brandon? There's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes
Let
every
me
game.
just change the settings a little bit again. Make the master volume a little higher.
To be a part of. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll. The aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going. So here comes the Packers
For the
offense.
most part, I know what they got on offense. Oops. Let me look at their defense here. The offense wasn't that great. I mean, it's good, but terrible. We're definitely the way better team. I'll tell you that. What happened to the Packers? What did they do? Okay, Leo Chanel. Shahir. Terrible, man. No front. They ain't got shit. Except for Owe and Chanel. Really. I'm gonna have a field day. Okay, just that. Like I said, that makes sense. Just baits.
By the former Tar Heel, their rookie
Oops, I don't
quarterback
want
from
that.
UNC. And to say that this is a good
18!
is the classic understatement. It's a ton of pressure on this rookie quarterback as he gets to play right away. And let's face it, he's trying to take in every
These
moment of
jerseys
this
remind me
season.
of like
So the
NFL
Giants will try to
2K5.
focus on what's in front of him.
That was the only time I ever
Here's the
seen
first
them use
snap
those
for
jerseys,
Wentz in
or
his young career.
like
And
when I
that's the
last time I
start of
probably
his
played with
game.
those
He's
jerseys with my
very
Eagles.
good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career. So from the 37, here's second and 3.
Let's go now. Rig it.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Outside, he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A
I
big
hate going
play
against
on the
computer because they
touching
hike
run.
the ball too quick.
31 yards. Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Let's go.
On first and 10, it's
Are
going
you
to be.
kidding me? Come on.
And he'll go
I
deep
hate
at the
when that shit
26
happens.
following a gain of 6. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner. Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play. Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time.
Why isn't it showing my run fits? What the fuck?
And they go play action with May. They'll buy some time
That,
running. And they'll be
I
inside
wasn't
the
saying get to
30
him. I was
at
saying
this
like
point forward.
basically
On
stay in
third
coverage
down,
there.
they've just
Don't
got
let them
one,
pass.
and now it's third down. And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a
I think it's
possibility to
something
keep hitting
underneath.
on certain plays.
Drag
And
or
defensively,
spacing.
they avoided giving up a huge play
Alright.
in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Check.
Fourth
Panther.
down now
Reload.
after a
Reload.
loss of
Come
Switch.
on,
two.
Hey.
Banks.
Hey. Hey. Bronco switch. Bronco. Alert. Alert. Roll. Roll. Unlock lion. Unlock lion.
The kick by Bass is good. And the
It's not.
Packers
If you know
pick
you're
up
not
a
getting, just
1-0
pull back.
lead.
If you know not, you're not getting it,
All
because
this season
I
probably
have
built
lost
off of getting to
games
that first drive
because
early
they
in the
run into
run.
the kicker. You got to pull them back
Obviously got
sometimes.
something. And what I
If you know you're not getting there, pull them back. You're running to the kicker, give up that first down that could cost you.
Preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season, they went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Acme
So
Bowl.
now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". And you know how scouts are talking about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that.
Not bad. I mean, I actually like these jerseys. I like this look. Different. Imagine if there was like gold stripe though. Like if you had a gold helmet and then maybe like a gold stripe or something.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
There's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Shit.
70
He
Timberwolves.
wants to change the play here. Second and 5. This one swung out to
That's why I said that because I don't like whenever I'm in that formation, I can't audible to good stuff.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go, set. 18 Rattler, 18
Just in
Rattler.
case.
Go.
On play action, here's Ritter. Work in the middle of
I say that because if they cover everything on the left side and they're in a certain manner zone, like a zone that's gonna play that crosser, I need to shorten it up
When you give up points on the
just in
opening
case.
drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that. They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally too as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave them a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there. Help them relax a little bit.
Ready.
Ritter now. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. So 8 yards on the completion there, and 38
Ready up.
now.
Here we go, here we go. Go street. Ready.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Throw left side complete.
I'm just like, take whoever out and block them who you don't think is going to get open. Especially if you think like you're going to get guys on the left side open, not guys on the right. Take one of the guys from the right, block them, just in case. But my offensive line's pretty good. I forgot about that.
Tackles made at the Packers' 25-yard
Ready.
line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Get up.
Ritter back to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Second and 5.
Set. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Check go.
Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. He's got it complete to Gibbs.
He was man coverage. He had to come from all the way the other side to cover that.
On the set.
I saw that.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Ready. Cowboy 80. 79 Bronco. Chap 60, Chap 60. 7 Pirate, 7 Pirate.
Cooks motions to the left.
Ready, ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Touchdown. I
Touchdown.
read all that. 4-3.
Jameer Gibbs.
I read the flat. See that? I read the flat. Okay, third read, whatever. But I am also looking. You could say it's my fifth read because I'm reading the left side here. I don't like any of that. And then I read both. Everybody going deep, so you could say it's my fifth read. Boom. You read the left side and you read the right side. Boom, off of it now. Oh, everybody deep? Okay. Boom, touchdown. Quick read.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
And players want to barely read a defense pre-snap and not have more than 2 reads. And I'm supposed to respect that.
That time a 9-play drive. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the
Let
game.
me get my run fits. Let me see the damn. Why can I not see my run fits?
Let's go now.
First and 10. First carry now for Justice Hill.
They're not letting me see my damn run fits. That's so fucking weird.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a
I
long
don't.
play, so be it. But the main
Let's go.
Where are my fucking run fits?
Entering accessibility screen, you
Jesus
have
Christ.
19
Shut the fuck up.
options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Where is the run fits, bro? You're supposed to, I think, hold L2 and R2 with square or circle.
run some plays, run some clock,
It's like
allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
bullshit, man.
After they just gave up the score.
Is it like different on in a franchise?
Picks up the
Ready,
first.
set.
I can't fucking
Smash, smash. Load,
set my
load.
run fits.
Off the play fake. Here's May. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
How do you check your run fits in 925 franchise? Hold R2
Okay,
and
break.
Now
L2.
it's second and 2.
Is it because I turned off coach cam or something in the settings?
Come on, come on.
They'll send
Yeah, okay, why didn't it work?
Go.
Here's May. He'll take a shot for the
Crap.
end zone.
Oh no. Oh, fuck!
Courtland Sutton, 57 yards. And the Packers are able to move back in front.
It's touchdown.
Remember, of course, all scoring.
It's a
Previous
touchdown.
play is under review.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown.
I gave up a touchdown last time because I'm trying to check my run fits and they hiked the ball online. We get a wide open touchdown. I lost because of it. And that was the first play of the game. If I don't give that up, I'm winning the game.
So that drive
Because of what I did on the first play of the game, I end up losing the game.
able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Well, the Eagles offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
First drive last time out, able to find the end zone.
Oh, that's not where I want the fucking ball thrown. I'm cranking that son of a bitch to 2 or 3 o'clock, and it just throws straight. I want this ball thrown. I know he's coming. I want this ball thrown around here. Instead, it gets thrown straight. No, not even. It actually gets thrown inside. I'm cranking this to 2, 3 o'clock to get it around here, to give him more time to complete this pass, more separation. Like, what the fuck? Look at this. Why is it thrown inside? I'm throwing it outside. Shit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Stephanie. Shot alert, shot alert.
Can't even do my run fits. They don't let me.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks.
Like, look at this. I'm doing everything you have to to check your run fits. Nothing. There we go. Fumble. One fumble. That's one turnover. I only need 2 more to get my staff points. Whatever.
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Oh, come on.
It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
This is that bullshit I'm talking about.
Kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
All these little things going crazy, haywire.
Chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff.
I can't check my fucking run fits. What is going on here? Why?
To the air, May. And that is incomplete. Well, this defense is getting
I was only able to check it once all game.
and now the pressure's there again, and that
I shouldn't have. I don't need to, but I want to check my fucking run fits. There we go.
from the gun, Bigsby.
There we go. I stopped that because of the run fit.
First half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
There they got me.
It's caught inside the 20.
Wow. I can't believe. Dude, that's why I said
Cortland Sutton.
I don't want to go with short, whatchamacallit. They wanted me to defend short passes.
Packers have yet again
Wherever it was, I don't remember. I said they got legit guys out here, and they might go play action, or they might just go deep. Who knows?
will make this a 4-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
I give up one more touchdown, or 10 more points. I'm not getting those points from my defensive game plan and goal.
Get him down shy of the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last
Look at
drive.
this.
Yeah, that
When it rains, it fucking pours, man.
good coverage.
I gotta change Gibbs' number. I can't give him the 26. Fuck.
Ritter to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go now.
Back to throw, Ritter.
Murder, yeah.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You won't do that?
Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 60. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive.
Let's go.
They'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot. Start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the second quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Come on. Set. Go.
They'll throw with May. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. This is taken at the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And
Seriously?
typically, one
Again? I didn't even want to do that. If that's online, I'm pulling him back. I'm not even catching that.
able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining
Bronco
clock
80.
and build on their lead
Here we
right
go,
before
set.
halftime.
Hut, hut.
Here's Ritter. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set. Ready.
Ritter.
Good shit.
That was a short one to Gesicki. The Eagles going to take the first
Fifth
of their
read. Fourth read.
timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Down. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Hey.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked.
That's around there.
Nonchalant with a throw to the safety
Hold
valve,
it ready.
and it's 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
In motion left goes Cooks.
Get up.
Got man.
Looking to throw here on 4th.
Ah, see what I'm saying? Like,
Force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up
I'm thinking I could pass him.
And the Packers are going to get the football here as
On
he
the
gets
jump.
this up to the 38-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Check go.
To throw, it's May. Short throw to Smith. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half
Got
of
it.
play.
Ready?
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd
Ready.
and 7.
Ring it. Check. Panther. Reload.
With a
Reload.
throw, May.
Nah.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
One of my go-to plays, either good or bad.
This Philly offense set to go.
It's got to be cover 3 or cover 4 here for Thor.
Second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire
I
game.
don't do that again.
Percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Let's go.
Now Ritter going to change up the look. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Shut up. 70 Lion.
Try that one more time again.
Go.
Now back to throw.
I knew it. That's why I said,
That's Gibbs. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing.
We could take a sack here. We got a timeout.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Ready, ready. Cougar 19. Warrior 70. Ready.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
Yep, go.
And he'll be hit as he releases.
That's why I didn't like it.
And that'll fall incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the
interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Set. Ready? Ready?
They'll throw now on the final play.
Oh,
Smith has it.
I would have loved that. I would have, if I picked that off, I would have only needed one more turnover
So we have reached
to reach my
halftime.
goal
It's a
of three. I think
16-10
it's three
ball game.
turnovers.
As we sit, a look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense and Desmond Ridder headed back onto the field. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As
Viking
this
18.
offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead.
Here we
They
go,
come back
set.
out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set. Set, go.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And they're going to
I need
stop
that
right
pre-snap.
down the line of scrimmage. Just no
But
coverage.
like 99.9999999% of players, I keep it.
Okay, ready? Down. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 70 Timberwolf. Ready, ready?
Out of the gun, here's Ridder. He completes it to Wilson. Oh, what a juke into space. Garrett Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 64 yards. And the Eagles
here we
are able
go.
to extend their lead.
Panther 60,
Ridder gonna
Panther
change
60.
it up.
Curve 19, curve 19.
In motion, the tight end.
Hut.
Ridder will throw for it.
That's
Won't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins.
Set.
They'll start by running the option to the lane. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here
Ready?
on 2nd and 14.
I go.
In motion goes the tight end.
Go.
Throwing here is May. It's caught. Smith. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down is May. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Agnew now to return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
Dragon
To
60.
me, it just comes down
Set
to
up.
who can execute
Ready.
better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Finds Gibbs on a check down. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Ready.
On play action, here's Ritter. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready. Set up.
Working from the gun, Ritter. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot.
Ready.
Defensively, how do you make sure they don't
60
find a
Eagle,
soft spot like
60
they did
Eagle.
there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
He had it open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Ready.
Ritter on the 4th down try. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
I'm already at 327 passing yards. What the hell? How?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Gibbs. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Just fucking around.
They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now,
I hate that because now I got 3 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's May.
Oh!
Smith catches left side. And down inside the 10 here before.
I hate that I play careless. I messed around.
Set. Go. Ready.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
I'm going to end up giving up my 24 points because I messed around on offense.
One word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
Ready.
Crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Yes, ass.
He's going to be a yard short.
Are they going to play for a field? I don't know. Come on.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as back now here on EA Sports.
Won't be a bitch. Go with a bunch spread.
But in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go now. Set up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Ready.
4th down. Here's May. Staying on his
It's
feet.
fucking.
Brought down. Can't
Jesus, if he would have broken another tackle, we would have got him wide open.
over on downs.
19 Tiger. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. going to get a
What? He's
stop
got
here.
10 catches for
And
75
they'll get
yards.
it second
Holy
and run
shit.
into yard.
Bronco
Well, this
80.
defense just has not
Set
been
up.
able to keep him
That's
under
that's
wraps. That's
crazy.
now 10 catches for him in the ball game. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. His fifth catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
The
On the
tight end
set.
is certainly a position built to move the chains because
70
there's a control
Lions.
space underneath.
70
If they've
Rangers.
got
70
good
Rangers.
hands, then of course they're a
I
dynamic
forget I have
target.
Garrett
But one
Wilson.
other thing
Check
is
go.
they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
4-3.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this
Damn, I might
defense as
not
they
hit the
defend
goal.
another first and 10.
I didn't think I put 450 yards as my goal.
To the air again, it's Ritter.
I was gonna say,
That's caught inside the
it
20.
looked like a linebacker body, so it must have been a safety or something.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Unless it's a linebacker with the number 28. I don't know.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening
Ready,
weekend.
ready.
And the Eagles are closing in on a big
Ah,
start to the
didn't
year
know
as
what
they
route he
extend
had.
their fourth quarter lead.
Did not know what route. I'm thinking he has seen past my third read. Don't know what route he has.
Years of two-point
Don't know
tries.
what play I had. Don't know what routes were on the field.
Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Moved up from the 3 to the 2. You would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Set. Ready.
To the air, May. Short throw to Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, hang on now. We're going to
Ready,
pause
set.
here. We've got an injured player.
Here we go. Set. Hut, hut.
They'll throw with May. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Mississippi State
Okay,
man,
great.
Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Set. Ready, ready.
Here's May. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
Hurry,
A good
hurry.
pickup there,
Hurry,
13
hurry.
yards as they
Cougar
get closer
19.
for third down.
Yeah,
Throw
hey.
it out wide and
There's my
intercepted.
second, I think. Could be my third. I don't know.
Jaquan Brisker.
Goal
And the
update. What's my
Eagles are
goal
going to
update?
get
Is
this
that my
one
second or
to their
third
own
pick?
34-yard line. The rookie was
Don't
trying
know.
to push it downfield, but the
Damn
safety
it!
got
What's
it.
the? Wait, where's the goal?
That you have safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders.
Oh, okay. I
The
got three
safety
turnovers.
so that
Good.
you get
I
back
got
to the
that.
field
I
as
believe it
quickly as
was
you
like
can.
8 or 10
Maybe he
points
was
for the
excited thinking his guy was open,
coaching
but he
staff
made it easy for
for
the
hitting
defensive
that
back to
goal.
go get the football.
Ah, I pressed triangle
And
instead
he's
of R1.
incomplete.
Fuck.
That's Gibbs. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Ready, break. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hut, hut.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. This is caught. It's Cooks.
4-3.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Okay. Oh well, it's 450 yards passing. Not. I probably kept that goal because I thought it was total offense.
On first and 10, a handoff. Nope, it's a reverse. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That play
If you're
was
facing, like I
intercepted for
said,
us by Jesse Bates.
an online opponent's testing your user, testing your run fits, testing your containment
2 minutes
there with
left to
that
play in this football
and
game.
the with that reverse or end around lead at a bunch
So it's
ace.
Eagle
I
football here
have that at a
tonight in this
shotgun.
one. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Ready. Ready.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Eyes the crossover, and he finds Pittman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30.
Somebody get injured? Oh my god.
Let's go now. Set up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now a short one to Gesicki. sticky. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the
See,
flat.
look at the coaching suggestions. Only 9 plays. Why? Because I'm winning? Like seriously.
This is 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
I don't run mesh. Fuck that stupid easy shit.
Check go.
Ritter to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by
4-3.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Viking 18. Shut up. Ready, ready.
Back to throw, Ritter. He finds his man complete. It's Gibbs.
Oh, I got that complete. Okay.
Pitch and catch, and it'll be
What the hell are my other goals? How did they not show? Okay, there it is. Wow, completely. All right, 24 points or less. Force 3. I'm basically going to hit on all my goals. I thought so. Okay, 9, 12, 7, 16. Wait, why are they telling me? I have 3 turnovers. Why? What? I have 3 fucking turnovers. So I don't understand. Okay, he's got 2 interceptions. Unless they were talking about them having 3, like instead, maybe they were talking about how many turnovers we got defensively. I don't know. Did they fumble? Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that counts, right? And I did scoop that fumble up, so that should count. That's 3 fucking turnovers. It didn't say interceptions. They'll never say that. The goal is always for turnovers total, unless they just don't count that yet. I don't understand why force 3 plus turnovers, 3 or more turnovers. I have 3 turnovers. I have 2 interceptions and a fumble. So, oh, what are they trying to say? Like, where you manually like cause a fumble? Nah.
his size. He's a smaller back. You can get him to
Come on,
So
finish.
come
right
on.
here,
Check.
I'm on offense. So
Make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him.
if I want to
Like you
keep
said,
them
it
under
kind of keeps
17
him off
here,
in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field and just some
I
space.
didn't want to go to it again.
His
I kept
strength
the
and
same
passing
fucking play.
and keeps him out of it where
See
all
what
the
I mean?
big boys are.
Terrible.
You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Recents. Why are they stuck on me on recents? See what I'm saying? Whether I go by game plan, coach's suggestion, player, formation, concept, play type, they put me in recents. It's like a glitch.
Ready,
I
ready.
can't stand this shit.
Defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty
Go.
nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
4-3. I didn't just stare down that out like 99.9999999% of players. And I also won't spam it. Probably the first out all game long.
Scouted it or that they think he's going to get
Stephanie.
the ball. He has a knack for finding his running back and completing the connection.
Wait, who the hell is that? What number did he have? Who the hell? Oh, that must be, what's his name? Everett, my tight end. Like, no wonder he didn't score. It's my 4th tight end. I put my 4 tight ends at fullback. I forget that. I always do that.
As the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, big man with
And I forget that your fullback is the one taking the carry there. So, an actual fullback.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Please don't fuck around with your routes.
Hut, hut.
Ritter now. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Garrett Wilson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
We were the way better team, but, you know.
Able to extend their lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11
I
plays
think it's safe to say we got that.
Garrett Wilson capped things off with a
Giving up
touchdown.
less than 24 points in the bag.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Packers
They
offense
started with 17 in the second quarter. I shut them down the whole second half.
far too many self-inflicted
Too bad they didn't do something like they never. I don't think they give you a goal for sacks like defensively. Usually it's for you not giving up any sacks to your quarterback. They usually don't give you a defensive goal that tells you like, oh, get 4 or 5 sacks in a game. Like maybe I think that's probably what it is, but they don't really care about like 1 or 2 sacks. Like you would think that that would be fine. A lot of teams don't even get a sack. My Eagles, the last couple of years, had a hard time getting sacks in real life after their historic 70 plus sack season. See, look at that stupid shit like that Madden does.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time,
They scored a touchdown when I went three double buzz because they went to a post to probably what's his name? All right, right here I'm giving up too much time, but I got a 4-man rush. We continue. Manu Sunday, baby. Yeah. I have 4 fucking turnovers. You better not tell me I don't have 3. There's a goal update. Alright. Where is the fucking 3+ turnovers? Better not tell me you have to force. Like, you have to probably get a user pick. Like, if you need a user pick or, like, cause an actual fumble. Like, that would be bullshit. So, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Crazy.
eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly. They show up and they show out.
News-wise, they'll probably do something about saying how we routed the Packers and we look like the best offense. Look at that. Oh, wait, what did I not get? Oh, yeah, of course. That's what I was gonna say. Why the hell do they not show when you get your goal? So when you get your goals on the left side, you know what I mean? Like I allowed less than 24 points a game. Yeah, yeah, that's so for some reason they don't show you your defensive goals. Like I could understand not saying that we allowed less than 24 points because there's still time left in the game, but to not give us our goal that said we had 3+ turnovers, we ended up getting 4. We had 4 and they didn't show it. They didn't show that we completed the goal. Like, what's up with that? All right, Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright. Man, he's already at an 82, and I have an upgrade for him. Wow. I drafted him. He was an 80, 79 or 80 when I drafted him. Devondre Sweat, yeah. Damn, I get to upgrade with Riddler again. Oh, that makes sense. All right. Darnell Wright, he's a guard, so I want more. Like I said, because he's an 82 overall, I'm probably fine with his pass protection. Maybe I'll go with more power. I'm not really worried about agility. So, pass block, strength. Okay, I am going to give him the pass block. See, if you don't look at your actual like ratings, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't be able to tell because you'd be like, oh, that's 75 on average for all the pass blocking ratings. So there might have one rating in the 80s, but he didn't have nothing. That was really great. What was his impact on lead? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 94 strength, 84 lead block, and 93 impact. I got drafted the right guy. This is the type of guy that if I played 10 years, man, he'd be, the next best Eagles great offensive lineman. Look at that. That's legendary. He'd be somewhat of a legend in a few years. I wanted to do Sweat first. It's good. I'll do Riddler. Once again, I believe I improved on Improviser. Yeah, because like I said, I'm fine with those other things. I could literally, like, I can get by with the worst quarterback in the game, literally. But just for basically, because it's franchise, and you guys would probably complain and say, "Oh, why are you playing with the worst quarterback?" Or what's up with your quarterback? Why are they a 54 overall or 60? So that's the reason I got him. But you guys would probably still complain, saying, "Oh, why didn't you get an actual starter? Do I need one?" Hmm. Oh, yeah, great. I'll get a little break sack too. Hmm. All right. I'm not concerned about him being a power rush, any type of rusher. So, but let's just look at that because we do want like a little bit, just a little. I'm not asking for a lot here. Eh, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up because of this. I'm probably gonna work on run stopping more. Because the thing is, I have Chris Jones. Um, I have a big 3-4, and Tavondre Sweat is never going to really be my. He's never going to be on the field for rushing the passer, whether I'm in the base or nickel dime or quarters, because I have my backup D ends. You have your backup D ends in a 3-4, usually play rush defensive tackle anyway. And he's not the type of guy that you could slide in at like starter at defensive end to rush the passer. So he's just going to mostly be like basically with him, I'd be fine if he had like let's say at the end of his career, he had like a 77 finesse and a 74 power moves. You know, as long as I get everything else up there, I'm fine with that because he's never gonna be a rusher for me. So and you do get more attributes usually when you make a run. Because look at that. See what I mean? You do like if you go with run stopper, you're still going to get certain things like power or finesse on top of it. So if you play enough franchise, you remember like, hey, we don't have to go with speed rusher or power rusher because you're getting look six finesse plus six finesse moves and plus two power moves. So basically, um, from run stopper, they only gave me one block shed and they basically gave me all pass rushing. So all pass rushing ratings. Wow. Wait, how do we already? Oh, because of preseason. I was gonna say, how do we have 365 like downs already played? It's been from preseason, but that's way too many downs. Let me think about that. That's almost like 100 downs of football per game. If we played three preseason games and one full regular season game, I'm gonna have to watch his how much he's used because 365 divided by four talking about what are we talking about here? Like almost 90 snaps per game. Let me do the math. 365 divided by 4. 91.25 snaps per game. How is that even possible when we only have like 6 minute quarters? That's not possible. But not only that, um, they don't go on long drives. They're either scoring quick on me or they're not scoring at all. They're going on three and outs against me or they're scoring quick. So I don't understand how he's getting that many downs unless they somehow count practice. I don't know. Practice squad eligible. Great. Whoa, you see that? Yeah, it went up to the power went up to a 79. That's crazy. Let me look at my roster now. Check my sugar. Hopefully it's going to start to go down now. Okay, I gotta use the bathroom. That will lower my sugar. Got him up to a 71. Look at this shit. Tell me that's a 71 overall quarterback? Yeah, his awareness is bad, but does that really matter as a quarterback when you're controlling them? The break sack could be better. The play action could be better. Obviously, throwing the pressure could be better. The medium and throw, like I said, all of this is elite for me. Forget about it. I only need somebody with 82 plus throwing power, low 80 short throwing accuracy, and low 70s for medium and throwing accuracy. You know this. I play with the worst quarterback in Madden. 94 toughness. Wow. I believe some, I don't know who it was that had a bad injury rating. I play with Shane Buccelli usually. You guys know this. He will obviously be a trade candidate um, because he'll just be too good for me. But, you know, we'd probably keep him if we did play a couple of seasons, 2, 3 seasons. We'd keep him until he was like, 99 or something, and then let him go. Then I have to pay him, and then we would have Tyler Algier, and then we would probably draft another running back or keep Karen Williams, and whatever trade we get, he wouldn't be the only trade candidate we would have. In the long run, um, we could trade anybody to be on every single player on to be honest, because I don't need much. I just wouldn't trade the offensive line. I would keep my offensive line and develop my offensive line. I'd probably just trade Tristan Wirfs if I had to or whatever. But see what I mean? Like my tackles are great, my guards are good, and I'm basically good with my own line. I just keep my own line and develop my backups. If they're good, if my backups develop good enough and to be starters, like maybe on the interior line, like somebody like Makari, or yeah, I'd probably just keep my guys. Yeah, and then Darnell Wright could maybe move to right tackle or something. You never know. And then Trevor Penning could be my right guard, and then Andrew Thomas could go back. So if I had Andrew Thomas go to left tackle, right, I would get rid of Tristan Wirfs. Andrew Thomas would be my left tackle. Then I would probably keep Jawan Taylor, keep Cleveland and Pochek or whatever, or trade Pochek to be a backup. Um, and then I would have Darnell Wright be my right tackle, right? So I'd have Darnell Wright as my right tackle, Andrew Thomas as my left tackle, Mayfield or Makari would be my starting right guard, right? So I would still have Juwan Taylor, but I would have Makari as my right guard. My centers would stay how they are. So basically, that would allow me to let go of Wirfs because I have Andrew Thomas. Basically, I could develop Trevor Penning. He could still be my swing guard and tackle, so he could play guard or tackle on either side. Andrew Thomas would develop to be, or just go be my left tackle. I trade Tristan Wirfs because he'd be my left tackle. Andrew Thomas would be my left tackle. Darnell Wright's my right tackle. Trevor Penning is my right guard or left guard, or just backup swing and tackle. And then Makari is filling the other guard position. So basically, the future is Andrew Thomas here, Andrew Thomas left tackle, Jawan Taylor left guard, Ezra Cleveland center, um, Trevor Penning right guard, and then Darnell Wright right tackle. He'd be up to a 90. Trevor Penning would be up to a 78 plus overall right guard. My center would, stay the same. He'd be better, but he'd stay there. My left guard would be Jawan Taylor. He'd be probably an 85 overall. So, Andrew Thomas would be like 92, 93 plus overall. Jawan Taylor would be like 85 overall. Cleveland would be like 83, 85 overall. Trevor Penning would be, like I said, a 78 overall right guard. And then Darnell Wright would be like a high 80 right tackle. So it would be even better, except for not having Tristan Wirfs. So I would let go of Jamar Gibbs, uh, Tristan Wirfs. You could even say you keep Tristan Wirfs and trade Andrew Thomas. Either one. Andrew Thomas is younger, but oh no, okay, same. And then defensively, I would have to draft Deron Payne's replacement, Joseph Day. Um, Damn it, I thought Dietrich Weiss was maybe younger, so I should have probably got like. I mean, I did have basically Leonard Taylor for this reason right here. Leonard Taylor would develop into my defensive end pass rusher. Sweat would stay at nose tackle. Then I would draft or whatever, get backup tackles, whatever, defensive tackles. Landry, I eventually, I would keep him. He'd be my backup eventually, and then Ebiketie would be my starter. I would develop him, and then Kendricks obviously could be my backup in a year or two, but I'd probably keep him until he's like 36 or something. And then you got Kenneth Murray and Bush that I would develop a little more. Middle linebacker would be a position that I would at least invest a second or third round pick. Brian Burns, he would be on my team until like 33, 34, around there. EJ Speed really doesn't belong on this team. Maybe just as a middle linebacker later. Like I said, with these guys, we have Greg Newsome, so he'd be my number one. It all depends how they develop. Like if Drew Phillips just develops at a faster rate, obviously he probably would have more upside than Newsome. Nah, I would still have him number two because of his height. It's just weird having a 5'11" guy as a starter outside. And then Deontay Banks, like I said, if I ended up trading Newsome, then I have to pay for him. I would have Drew Phillips, Deontay Banks, Dante Jackson, Farley, and Boot. I forgot about Boot Jr. He didn't show up because, I have six corners, and he's not going to show up in practice or in the game on the depth chart because they only dress five, I believe. And then right here, we got young free safeties. Melifon, who I put there, even though he's a strong safety because he can play both and he could play if I needed to. If any of my corners got injured, I could play him like number four, number five, maybe even possibly three at times. Skinner would develop into my starting safety somewhere, one of my starting safeties, depending on which one, becomes a. Like, I would keep Brisker regardless. He'd be my Brian Dawkins. JL Skinner could be my um, Hamilton, Alex Hamilton. Is that his name? Alex Hamilton, I think. Where is it? No, wait, what is it? I can't remember his name. Shoot. I could be way off. I think he like That's like a president's name or something. Ravens safety. Kyle Hamilton. I said Alex Hamilton. It's 4 letters. Kyle and Alex both have 4 letters. They both have an E and an L in them. Kicker and punter, obviously. And with kickers and punters, you can have them both basically until they're like 40 or whatever. So I'm gonna end it here. Normally I'd probably um, on the weekends I'll probably play more than one game, 2, 3 games maybe. Our guy Riddler left it all out on the field today. I would just let's see, manage the staff. Let's just advance the week first. Ooh, great. I'll take that. But I'll take that. I want. That's the one. That's probably the one area on my whole team, if I really truly think about it, that I want to develop the most out of any position. I'm not worried about quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. O line is probably the second position I would probably want to develop more. Defensively, not really too worried about the D line, the linebackers, or the safety. So it probably be the cornerback room is probably the one part where you could say have a weakness, but they have great traits. Um, Tackling, catching, pursuit, um, height, speed, all that, man zone press, physical, all that you want. So number one room that I would want to develop, if I was going in order, top five, it would be cornerback number one, probably offensive line two, three would probably be defense on the defensive side would probably be D line, four would probably be mm, linebackers, and then four would be linebackers, five would be safeties. So one would be corner, two would be offensive line, three would be D line, four would be safeties, five would be linebackers. So 2-way tight end. Hmm. Yeah. 20. I need 20. Fuck. 20. You need 20 for everything. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Okay, so you need less for coordinators, which makes sense. Boost short route running. All right, here it is. I can't upgrade that. Okay. So what else we got here? Line vision, boost awareness for offensive line. Maybe I'll go for that now. I don't understand why they want me. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was gonna say not for coordinator, but scout. Okay. Yeah, I like. Well, I already have my offensive lineman that I want to develop, so hmm, maybe J.D. Fowler from Georgia for outside linebacker. I would like that. I do need that. I do need a outside linebacker scout. Defensive end scout would be good too. So top 10, if we're going top 10, I'm not worried about offensive line. I'm not worried about quarterback. I'm worried about the front on defense. I'm not really worried about the offensive side of the ball for scouts. So I would really probably hire defensive scouts. So maybe you go best available, or let me think. Well, I'm going to put Chris Jones at pass rush defensive end, and then Devondre Sweat will be my nose tackle to replace Chris Jones inside, and then Chris Jones will be outside. Um, and then he could always play rush defensive tackle. So because of that, I am weaker at outside linebacker in my opinion when it comes to depth or just my starters there, maybe my starters, my backups. So I'm gonna go with. Wait a minute. So I have to fire one first, right? Let's see. I'll fire whichever one is like a quarterback. Uh, oh yeah, I didn't think about. Wait, I have two scouts for a quarterback? Are you serious? Wait a minute. I can't believe I had two scouts for a freaking quarterback. Wait a minute. Why were they showing that list of the best scouts? Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, they're telling me these are the top 10 prospects, right? Like players, not fucking scouts. Whoops. Whoops. I thought something was weird. Okay. So yeah, let me think of the players here. I'd probably go with JD Fowler. It fits the whole Georgia thing, the Georgia theme too. To be honest, I'm like I said, I don't care about offensive line, quarterback. I think I'm weaker at outside linebacker than the end, and it's mostly from 3 to 10. It's all defensive end and outside linebacker. I'm surprised that's how the board is. I mean, you have your quarterbacks first, and you basically your pass rushers. Okay, so this could be a draft where maybe we get a tight end, or this could be a draft where I'm not worried about quarterback. I'm fine there at starter and backup. I'm not worried about running back. I'm good with starters and backups. I don't care about wide receiver. I'm good at starter and backup. Offensive line, I'm good at starters and backups. So tight end, offensively, tight end, defensively, I'm good at corner. Maybe a safety, so maybe a tight end and a safety in the draft. Tight end, safety, maybe another defensive tackle or nose guard, or maybe a 3-4 edge guy or D tackle. So in terms of schools, obviously, a lot of Penn State's my favorite team. Other than that, Tulane and Georgia, UCLA. If you want to talk about programs, UCF and East Carolina, they do, I think, usually do a decent job of pass rushers in real life. Obviously, with uh, Ohio State and Clemson do a good job too with pass rushers. I say, you know what? Let's fire another because let's fire the 1-star scout for a quarterback, and then let's pick up an outside linebacker scout or a tight end scout. Because we have the safety scout, interior line. I think often outside linebacker scout would be more valuable than tight end. So let's go. Let's look for outside linebacker. Tamara Park, 3 stars. Second, oh great. Second expertise is safety. That's perfect. 3 stars. Their expertise is outside linebacker. Their second position is safety. If I'm looking at the available 3 stars, I think she's the best because obviously that's a woman's name, Tamara. I hope no boy or guy's name. I hope no parent named their boy Tamara. Out of both expertises, I feel like Tamara's the best. She's 3 star. Oh, Calvin Heath, defensive end and outside linebacker. That's tough right there. But if this is the best available in order, I'm probably going with Tamara Park. But real life, I'm sorry to say this, in real life, I wouldn't hire a female scout for defense. Like if I was gonna hire a in real life, I would hire a female scout for skill positions. Basically, I'm not saying they wouldn't have an eye for talent, because they definitely would. But you know, in real life, you need you know players. You know how players are gonna be. Players are gonna not really care about talking to a female scout. So in real life, you want to have somebody that they can relate to. But if we're talking about quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, corners, stuff like that, I would say, yeah, female would probably be perfect. But we're talking about tough defensive players here, tough-minded defensive players. I'm going with the guy in real life. Maybe we do that. Calvin Calvin Heat. I even like his name too. What? Okay, each scout has a tier from 1 to 3. When replacing a scout, you must replace on the same tier. Okay, all right, good. I was thinking maybe that was a possibility. So we'll let go of, yeah, the only one who has a. So I let somebody go that was a 1 star. So, well, what? Why did it change to now Tamara is lower? Weird. I'm not gonna lie, I like the fact that there are a lot of female scouts. I like the integration. All right, so we got that. I like that. Like, if we're doing 2 star, I'll maybe switch it to offensive interior O line, or a tight end. Maybe somebody who has expertise in interior O line and tight end. That's possible. Let's see. Interior O line and offensive tackle. That's cool. What are they? Oh, right here. So wait, no, running back, tight end. Well, it was two stars, so I have to look for 2 star anyway. I'll look for tight end or interior offensive line. Shit. I might go. I might do this here. Uh, that's tough. maybe you know what? Maybe I just go because I don't have to worry about drafting a an offensive lineman. Maybe I go with Dave Fox for having the defensive end expertise, and then second position outside linebacker. That's a possibility. Let's see what else was there. Okay, so Moose Bukudi or Bukudi, is that an O or an A? I think it's an O. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Yeah, it's a Bokudi. Bokudi. Moose Bokudi. I love that name. What else is there? Moose Bokudi. Well, I could always develop. I want my tight ends though. I want to have somebody who has an expertise in tight ends. So it's gonna be Bokudi. Moose Bokudi. Because I can always put those defensive ends. They could be like 4-3 defensive ends. That could be like outside linebackers in a 3-4, or they could be 3-4 defensive ends. That could be like a backup note, a backup tackle for me or something. Or I could always change my defense around too. So, but for the most part, it's going to stay 3-4. I like a 3-4 more. And now we just get a 1 star, maybe. Because I did fire a 1 star recruit, so I have to replace them with a 1 star recruit. Best would be corner and middle linebacker. A middle linebacker I like, so maybe I get somebody whose expertise is a middle linebacker. Don't need running back. Maybe D tackle. Yeah, here we go. So Garrett Wells for D tackle and interior all line. All right, do that. I like that name too, Garrett Wells. Wells is a name for offensive lineman. There was a Scott Wells. I'm sure there's other Wells that have played on the offensive line. Pretty sure that was it, right? 5 guys. So we replaced our 2 star and 3 star recruit. We also got our one of our 1 star recruits. We're fine with safety. Yeah. So we basically have 3 scouts. Wow, 3 scouts that are scouting for defensive end. That's that's weird. Maybe maybe just make it 2 scouts. Fire Stephen Crosby. So I'm gonna need another 1 star recruit. What position should we do? Let's do something on defense. Maybe safety again. Do a safety. Cornerback and middle linebacker. You know what? I like that. Tariq Atkins. Cornerback, middle linebacker. All right. So let's look at our scouts again. Shit. So D two for defensive end, one for defensive tackle, one for safety, one for corner. Basically, the whole defense for basically their expertise is in is for defense, and then some of them have tight end and wide receiver. Because I don't need quarterback, running back, fullback, obviously. I just need tight end. I don't even need wide receiver, but you could always get better upgrades. And like I said, I will be letting go of Garrett Wilson in the future. Trade him. On the offensive side of the ball, I would trade Jamar Gibbs, Garrett Wilson. Um, Most likely want to get younger and trade Jaceki at tight end. That's my guy, but he's gonna get up there in age soon. Um, and then on the offensive line and ball, Tristan Wirfs or Andrew Thomas. So wait, what actually do they say the team need? After that performance from me and Desmond Riddler, I wouldn't say quarterback is a team lead anymore. Yeah, of course, they're still going to say it is. Yeah, obviously fullback. So on offense, it's really quarterback and fullback. But like I said, maybe I, you know, think more about fullback, obviously, to have more of a real fullback. That's about it for offense. Defensively, yeah, I would say, like I said, my defensive ends and linebackers. Defensive end, my edge guys, basically. So I'm going to end it right here. I'll just advance the week. Game of the week. How about that? Desmond Riddler was a former Falcons quarterback, right? I'm pretty sure. Storyline press conference. We'll just do that, and then we'll end it. Uh, let's say there's always room for improvement. We did get 3 interceptions. Who deserves the credit? Offense. It's tough. They both play well. Okay, I got the game ball. Desmond Riddler. All right. Ooh, we got trade offers here. What do we got? I didn't even know because I didn't put them on a trade block. I didn't know that happens. So 4 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to factor age. We got to factor well, Kenneth Murray. They're probably doing that because Kenneth Murray is our backup, so he's not even a starter. But he was somebody that I wanted to basically have as a starter in the future. So I would have to get something. I would have to get a player, a really good player that I could develop myself. You know what? Developmental guys, actual developmental guys. 6 round pick, 6 round pick. No, there's far from running back. Okay, and a 6 round pick. Interesting. Hmm. Like I said, I could always counter offer too. Um, I do like Eric Stokes, but I'm not doing that. So really, the only thing I like here is Yatur Gross Matos, but I'm pretty sure um, he's like a 4-3 defensive end or something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's not like 280 plus. So I know the Ravens want to actually trade with us for him. So let's actually see here. It'll be the last thing we do. I gotta set my captains and I gotta change Jamar Gibbs' number. Okay. 265. These guys. These guys are either old or not good at starter. Dude, I didn't know Bradley Chubb was 275. No wonder he looks like more swole or something than other guys. So if I'm making that trade, I'm not taking a seventh round pick. I'm taking Matos because he would have to. I would have to basically take a risk. I put him at outside defensive end or outside linebacker. He'd be a undersized. He'd be somebody that would maybe be my backup guy to be a defensive end, uh, defensive, you know, rush, defensive rush. My rush defensive end, right? So I'm taking something else because I'm taking a risk with him. So if I do that, maybe I take a fourth, fifth round pick and him a fifth maybe. We'll see. Hmm, interesting. I mean, I already did that basically. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Hey. Ooh, okay. Damn it. You're not getting 2/5. If I do that, you're giving me something back again. Mm, there you go. Two decently young players and a decent older guy who can help out. 2/5, sixth, and seventh for a younger tight end. Same overall, younger tight end and better overall player. So two better players basically, and I give up 2/5, a sixth, and a seventh for that. Now I got legit. Now I didn't think I could trade. I forgot about the fact I could trade EJ Speed. Shit.
You have grades for each position. Browse available players to
I'm not trying to improve from free agency. What the hell?
see how many players. Here are some recommendations to get you started.